Good afternoon, family and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subs. Sergeant OCD here. I'm getting a late start today. I take my wife to an appointment. Got all my gear ready to go, and left without my camera. So this is a Galaxy S24 Plus that I'm filming from. So bear with it. And if you like the video better, then I'll have to figure out a way to, actually I know how to record on this all the time, but just leave me a comment. I want to address something I said last week and something I wrote. Fresno lens. It's not a Fresno lens. This is, I've heard it called Fresnel lens, Fresno lens, but the true pronunciation, and if you look up Fresnel or Fresno on the internet, it comes up Fresnel lens. So I stand corrected. And if you buy them from Amazon, I think they're 4 in a pack for $8. It tells you what survival actually means. Size up the situation. Unique. Undue haste makes waste, and use your senses. Remember where you are. Vanish. Panic and fear. That's a good one, because you start panicking, you're not going to know where you are. Improvise. Value life. Act like the natives, and live by your wits or basic skills. So we got that out of the way, and I do apologize for that. So I did finally make some upgrades to this AR, and it's just been a long process because can't really attach anything to this, which is what comes with it. I mean, it's got holes for air to cool, but there's just nothing you can do with it. And if you want to know where I got any of this, just, ask. I did put a hand grip on it. It makes it so much easier to sight in. The lens I had last week, I put a flashlight on there with remotes. The only thing I don't really like about this is the wires, but it's I don't know, I think a 1200 lume flashlight. And then and I'm sorry if I flagged the camera, and then I got a laser on here. It's going to help me, and I tuned everything in yesterday. Took me about 2 hours. So this thing is battle ready, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And it was everything was probably, it was under $200. It was like $170, but I bought pieces here and there for what I thought was Maglock, or M-Lock, sorry. Blast from my past, from my old security days, and thought this was M-Lock at first and got corrected. So why Smith & Wesson sells these on this AR, I don't know. Hopefully it was just something cheap to throw on there and they put more money into the rest of it, because I haven't had a problem with it yet. So today I am gonna go work on some Charlie Camp for a little bit, just to straighten out the watering system, because last week I told you it could take weeks to get this. So what happened is my whole tarp fell, and I knew something would happen, but it just I'll video it, I'll show you. But I want to talk to you about boiling water. Now I have a video where I took one of these and boiled the water, and it ended up melting into the fire. And I use cordage, backline. So I wanted to try a couple of different ones. Now this is an Aquafina, and it's a little better. And then I've got a Mountain Dew, which is a little better than that. And then my wife started drinking these protein drinks, and this or a Gatorade bottle or Powerade bottle, whatever. I don't care whether you like Coke or Pepsi. That's not what this is about. I'm going to try to boil water in each of those. Now, The reason I segregated this one is because I'm still drinking this one. The other ones are water from my other watering system, which was full again. So, said I was going to finish up Matthew, but I was talking about, since the eclipse, everybody was like, oh, you know, the world's going to end, these are the signs, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, no, it's not the signs. So I want to read a couple of passages from Matthew, and I have my King James Red Letter Bible. I keep this either in my car or in my pack. It's a nice small Bible, and it's red letter, and it's King James for you people that say King James is the only Bible. I want to touch base on that a little bit, because there's a lot of correct Bibles out there. Most of them are. And when they do a translation from Greek or Hebrew, and sometimes Latin words are thrown in there, like rapture is in there. That's where we get the word rapture from. I think it's raptura, or I don't remember. But somebody called me out and said, hey, rapture's not in the Bible. Well, if you looked at your Latin Bible, it would be. But, you know, it's funny how people call out little things like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, I want to read to you. I finished at, I think, Matthew 14, but I'm going to go ahead and read that. Matthew 24:14. And the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for witnesses, or for a witness unto the nations, and shall the end come. Okay? But you can't just read that verse and say, oh, the gospel's been preached, the end is coming. You just can't read that. Then you go into 15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of in Daniel. Now, that's where we're going to go next, is in Daniel. So it tells everybody from Judah to flee. Don't be on your housetop when this happens. Don't return from the field. Woe to the pregnant women. Then, in 21, for then shall the great tribulation, such as what's not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And then 22, and this is what I want to focus on. Except in those days should be shortened, and there should no flesh be saved, but the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So what does that tell me? It tells me when the Great Tribulation starts, no one else can be saved, and the elect, their days will be shortened. So to me, days will be shortened means caught up. It doesn't say caught up. That's why we need to go into Daniel now for the end of times. I mean, everybody wants to know when the end of the world is, and nobody knows. All the Bible teaching scholars that I watch, nobody knows. But this is a clue of the end of times, or the start of the tribulation starting whenever, and the saints will be caught up into the air. Anyway, I'm gonna boil some water. I'm at Alpha Camp today, and it's grown up, so I've got to collect some wood and clear the fire pit, and I'm gonna put the tripod over the backside of my Dakota fire pit, since it's the Dakota fire pit's kind of like really huge and backing out. So I'm gonna kind of use the front side and have the back side open, or the back side and the front side open, and we're gonna boil some water. Now, You know, I brought wire because I was thinking that I used wire last time, but I think I used bank line, so that's what we're going to use. God bless. Be right back. Stop knot. Just a knot. Now, the way I'm going to secure these bottles is commonly called a half hitch in the Boy Scouts. So, very simple knot. Loop. Run it through your lead end, through the loop. Make another knot around your tail end. That way it will secure to a bottle, because every bottle has one of these lips. And you can tie it tight. And on the other end, I'm going to do the same thing. If I can release some of the tension, because I'm going to make it adjustable over my tripod. Now, I made this tripod before. I'm pretty sure I got it on video. There's my 2 knots. Pull them tight, and you can open it up. And to loosen it, all you got to do is pull that. Very simple knot. Okay, now, since I did this, I'm going to hang the bottles. I'm going to hang it about here, so my cordage is a little long. So that's what's good about these slip knots. They slip. So I'm going to do this. Open it up a hair. And I'm going to put all of them on there. So just by the heat, I should be able to boil water. And hopefully, what do I do here? Come on. Did I do that one wrong? Must have. This one. I'm going to try to get them all on at the same time. The reason I put stop knots in there is obviously so it doesn't pull out. We wanted to do this for a little bit and didn't have a whole lot of room for time today. I tied it too tight. It's a good knot. I'm pretty sure, just got this a little bit, that this protein water is going to do well. Yep, tied the wrong knot. So, just like the last time, what is it? The cap. I'll find the cap. There it is. When it started boiling over, it'll put some of that fire out. But you'll see any of them that are going to melt. The cheap recycled one from like Walmart and stuff, they always melt. Or the one time I did it, it melted and doused my fire. But you can do this. I've seen it done. You know, not all YouTube videos are right, but I'm pretty sure you can do this. You know, some YouTube videos I do, and try to reproduce. It's not possible. But you know, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of dishonest people out there. But I'm gonna let this go. We'll see what happens. So I moved some things around and dumped more water out of the recycled Arcadia bottle, but it's bubbling. I had forgotten that you can't fill them up all the way. But yeah, that's the only one bubbling. The Aquafina isn't. And Mountain Dew isn't. Protein drink isn't. It's very odd that that one's boiling, and that's the one that fell in last time. That's what all I had. But yeah, you can see the bubbles coming out. So in 3 minutes, you could drink that. If that top holds. That's the problem I have. The top didn't hold. It's going out. Look at that. I think that was the first one I put on too. Oh. Look at Mr. Mountain Dew. Mr. Mountain Dew's going. Protein and Aquafina aren't. They're probably thicker bottles. Oh my gosh, look at Mountain Dew go. Look how that bottle is stretched, that recycled bottle. I mean, in a pinch, you could do it. If it lasts. I thought I was going to have to hook wire to it. But that's just regular number 36 bank line. Yeah, put some different wood on there. Oh. I gotta get that thing out of there. That's like direct fire. So I took them both off. It was pretty easy. Oh, look at that. So that is Aquafina. Let's see how long that will last. And the other one's starting to boil too. So close to the flame. Let's see if that Aquafina lasts. Actually, I think I'm going to put them all back on since I got them all to boil. Just a second. All of them. It's really close to that flame. I'll try to adjust the tripod so it's not so much on the flame, because eventually one of those is going to give out. My guess. Oh, look at that one. As soon as the flame hits it. My guess it's the recycled one will give out. But, oh yeah. So you can boil water. You could boil water in plastic container. See when it's hitting those flames. It just goes. Let me see if I can bring it down more. This is a pretty cool experiment for me. And that's what I do out here. I mean, I experiment with different things. That Arcadia bottle is not going to do well. That recycled one. I'm going to get that guy off. I think it's the last one. Yeah, because that thing's going to go. It's been boiling long enough. Probably doesn't even sit upright. Nope. Bring it up here. Yeah, it's got a round bottom. Let's see how these guys go. I can't believe I forgot my camera. The extra ring burnt off on the protein bottle, but not on the Mountain Dew. And most of the wrapper for the Mountain Dew is still there. Yeah, if you buy some of these water filters, all you need is like a soda bottle, like a Mountain Dew. I say Mountain Dew because that's what I used to drink a lot, but I stopped it, and then I started up again for some silly reason. Came back from here one time and got some subs and Mountain Dew, and that's all she wrote. Kind of spin it around a little bit. I do want to get that protein bottle to boil. They're all holding up about the same. Oh, protein's boiling a little bit more. There we go. The weight on this thing. I'm gonna get that Mountain Dew off of there. It's still the bottom bubble too. So that Aquafina bottle, let's see if I get more. Yeah. The way the tripod's set up, it doesn't allow a lot of, it doesn't stay. Look at that thing go. I could imagine you could only do this once. Oh, this is a good experiment. And all this water is going to put this fire out along with that dirt there. Very interesting. You could see how much you put it in, like 3/4 full. I think the darkness on the bottom is just because of the fire, just kind of charring it a little bit. But look at that Aquafina bottle, how the bubbles are just coming out from the bottom. It gets close to that flame. Anyway, this is pretty cool. Well, that was fun. I didn't expect this. I thought that this bottle would last, but the bank line did fail. But look at it. So never leave them out in the woods. Always take them with you. Anything I find out in the woods I take with me. But always carry your Bible, even though I like this small one. Small print, King James, red letter. It's one of my favorite ones. That's why it's so beat up. This was before the time I started highlighting and writing into it. But it doesn't matter what Bible you read. Every translation, with the exception of like 5 of them, like the Good News and things like that, were written for English language or whatever language. It's just whatever you prefer. Like I prefer the NASB. Now the top 5 are King James or New King James, because King James was actually written for the King's English. Could be the Queen's English, whatever. I think it was the King's English, but NASB, which is one I read, NLT, which a lot of the churches preach that. They read out of that because it's easy to understand. ESV and NLT. But whatever you prefer. So I repainted this, and I left this like this because that's what it used to look like. This side. I want to talk a little bit about gun safety now that we have this the way we want it. Treat every weapon like it's loaded, because right now this one is. And if you want to make sure that it's not loaded, pull your bolt back, collect your brass. So the bolt's empty, nothing in the chamber. Keep your finger off the trigger, so when you handle a weapon, finger goes up here, okay? Not on the trigger, because treat every weapon like it's loaded. And there's a few more, but don't flag anybody. So you'll never see me point this at the camera, because you guys are people. There's a few more, but those are the basics. But tell me what you think about my camo job. It's not made to be totally camouflaged, because this is the bottom of an animal, so you want it lighter on the bottom and then darker on the top. But with all this electronics on there, I think they're going to see me anyway, because this will reflect, but hopefully it's not too late. The only reason I'm making a battle ready weapon is because I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to leave that at that. So we talked about Matthew 24, let's see, where were we? I think it was 21. Yeah, 21, 22. So if you are saved and you know that you are saved, you are a child of God. Jesus Christ is your Savior, and He is your brother. You have a relationship with Him. You probably won't need any of this. But if you don't, mosquito, if you don't, you might want to get one. Because what I'm going to go through in the next 5-6 months, so we're going to start with Daniel talking about the tribulation. And what you're going to go through, that's going to point us to Revelation, is bad. So you need to have Jesus as your Lord and Savior. I like doing this. I have several family members that are not saved, and hopefully they can get something out of this about, surviving in the world. Because Mark of the Beast is going to happen. If you take the Mark of the Beast, you belong to the devil. And you're not going to be able to buy food, nothing. You're not going to be able to survive. Your jobs that you covet all your money is going to go into a fund that you're going to have to take the Mark of the Beast to get. So I don't want that on anybody. So this is one of the reasons I do this. I started this channel to teach my family a little bit of survival skills, and they could learn with me. I'm learning, I mess up terms, big deal, but know how to start a fire. However you could start a fire, know how to start a fire, but sometimes know when not to start a fire. Learn how to live off the land. There's a veteran I go out with that all we do is forage. We teach each other what to eat and what not to eat. survive. With that, I'm going to tell you, God bless you. Take care. Stock up. Stock up on food, water, ammo, gasoline for your generator. Train, train, train. And I'll catch you all on the flip side.